Morning. Well, contrary to what I said last week, and I'm not normally this kind of person, but I'm still, you can't, still in my shorts. I don't know why, but I'm just trying to, it's not particularly warm at the moment. I think it's about 10 degrees here in the morning. It should go up to about 17. Anyway, for some reason, I'm trying to, I guess it's been such a rubbish summer, I'm trying to just hold on to the last vestiges of summer as best I can. Anyway, so hopefully, if everything goes to plan, this should be the last time you see me sitting here. Yeah, this should be the last week that I'm on the hard standings. I'm saying always should because being Debdale, it's entirely up to up to the owner whether he deigns to move me at the end of the week. But fingers crossed. However, in the meantime, I'm trying to get as much of the heavy stuff done as I can while I'm still on dry land, and primarily that is the getting the basics of the dinette done, and also if Ruddy Tool Station ever get their act together, finishing off the wardrobe doors. I say that they should have delivered something today, and as far as I can see, nothing's been dispatched, so that's going to be yet another delay. I'd say they really haven't. They've been great. I've been a long-standing customer at Tool Station, but this time they're really not covering themselves with any glory. Anyway, let's crack on. Afternoon. Well, in the end, I caved in and I reordered the parts, which still haven't been delivered from Tool Station, so I've gone and got them from Market Harbour because time is running out. And so, because of that, I have now been able to finish the rear stern cupboards. There's still a bit of faffing around to do with adjusting them to get them a bit more in line, as it were. But I can do that at when I have a moment at a later date when I'm on the water. But yeah, overall, I think they've come out quite well. And apart from one thing, here's this week's boo-boo. Just as I was finishing doing the handles on this one, I just glanced the router on the thing here, and which is a bit annoying because these I want to varnish, so I will have to try the old sawdust. I mean, it's not a huge gash, and luckily it's at the back, but I'll have to try some sort of maybe the sawdust and the PVC glue and see if that can fill that up. Well, the last major building thing, I think, I really think, is the dinette. And I don't know how far I'm going to get with this, but if I can get the large bits of wood cut up and measured, etc., and in place while I'm still here, that will be a great help, not having to haul them down into the marina itself. Well, it's Monday. Rachel from the marina has just come and told me that the owner wants to put me in the water. As in, that's a week before I was planning to be in the water, and he wants to do some about 30 minutes. And well, I guess I'm going in the water a week early, so yes. But I'm laughing in a oh my effing god way, but yes. Well, actually, that was more like 20 minutes. I can hear Kylie in the background, and I think the whole point was I wanted to get the bloody plywood stuff, heavy plywood stuff done before I go down the marina, and I would have been able to do it, but now I'm not going to be able to. The only sort of upside on this whole thing is that the few nights before I was going to the water, I would have been fretting because I am a bit worried about the ballast and what's if the sea cocks leak and things. And now I'm not going to have any time to worry because it's just going to happen. So positives after something. Well, here she is. It's moving day. Up and away. Well, there are times that I didn't think I'd be ever leaving this gravel. I mean, I didn't think I'd be leaving quite so quickly, but hey, at least so I'm still bloody stunned. The new GRP boat he put there recently is obviously, as you can see, is causing a bit of grief. I think they're kind of stuck because they can't lift the boat up high enough to get over the roof of Josephine, and you can see they're kind of jammed into there. Or I fear that they're going to try and skim the top of Josephine. Well, it's looking like it's going over. It's good. Gosh, well, that's been home for what, a year and 4 months. Oh, goodbye. So somewhere there should be a trolley, as it were, for this to go on. But I'm wondering where the hell it is. Or am I actually not going in the water? Am I just going to be waiting here? No. This bit's rather slow and boring, as actually all of this is now. That's a good job. I'm going to do some more blacking. Honestly, I didn't quite get it without a scrape. So I've asked to be parked for a minute because if you watch the videos, remember I never did these. I never did this tab washer for the propeller, and I think it's wise to do that before. Out of abundance of caution before the propeller finds itself at the bottom of the marina. Yeah, so I've said before that this is kind of like an old person in an electric bath chair. A exciting launch. I mean, it is exciting, but visually it's not very exciting at all. Right, well, I named this narrowboat Faraday. Hopefully there's many years of happy cruising ahead. And there we are, it's in the water.
I mean, there was going to be some champagne, etc., but obviously that was going to be bought next weekend before the launch, and not. So let's see. Right, well, here I am on the water. It's all still a bit of a blur, I have to say. It wasn't how I planned it. Anyway, the next thing that I want to do, which is very quickly, is there's two things to worry about. Is the whether it's going to be the ballast is okay, which I still don't really know, and is there any of the seacocks or the stern fan leaking? Well, happily, the first inspection, I don't want any drips. But obviously, let's give it overnight, but fingers crossed it stays that way. Happily, the cabin bilge looks dry as well. I'd be very surprised. I mean, Coldcraft have a decent reputation, so I would have been really shocked if there'd been anything. But still, good to check. And again, I'll check again in the morning. So, apparently, what's going to happen is I'm going to then go round to the mooring for until Friday. And then I'm going to be, it seems a real fap, and then I'm going to be brought back out and plonked on the side here where I was 30 minutes ago, and then I will do the blacking, and then I'll go back in the water. So I will still have the second launch day when I thought I would, but yeah, it's yes. Sorry, I'm kind of said lots of words. So, for peace of mind, I'll be here overnight, and as you can see, or can you just see, the slings are. I am floating. I'm totally floating. Floating my boat, but the slings are just underneath the boat. So if anything untoward does happen, I'm not going to go sinking towards the bottom, which is good. So on the ballast, I guess there's good news and bad news. The biggest shock is that I really expected it to be slightly too heavy here on the stern side, because on that side I've got the batteries, I've got the washing machine, I've got the sink, the bed, but as you can clearly see, it's actually slightly heavier towards the port side, which on there is the fire, which is bloody heavy, lead acid batteries, and the fridge. So I guess all in all, those somehow have made up slightly more. Then the other thing, which is a little more, I mean, so they should be able to work that one out not too badly. The other thing that is a little more worrying, though, is, if I just go around to the side, is now the boat, from sort of bow to stern, actually that's not too bad. I mean, it's a slight upward tilt at the front, which they generally are. However, at the moment, I have a full water tank and a totally empty diesel tank. So I suspect once I get some diesel in there, we're going to be a bit. So I think there might have to be some ballast at the front. Otherwise, I'm going to look like a speedboat. One of the other downsides of this, I suppose it's good that it's happened, but I was planning to make a bit more of occasion for this. As I said, some sparkling wine, and also my dear friends Ned and Neil of Kiwi International were going to come, and also I think my friends Summer and Mike were going to see if they could get up for the launch, but that's not going to happen now. I mean, there'll be the second launch after the blacking, but it's not quite the same. So it's nothing that I could have done about it. So yeah, but anyway, hopefully we'll have some nice times cruising on the boat instead. Well, I wasn't going to have a drink tonight, but given the A, elevated stress levels, and B, the fact that it's a celebratory occasion, I am. So cheers. And yes, and just the boat name. So you may have not. I haven't looked at the video yet, but you may have catch. So the narrowboat's name, it's narrowboat Faraday. The reason being that is that it's a electric boat, and Michael Faraday is considered one of the fathers of electricity. So I thought I would call it Faraday. And on my book, it has a nice ring to it. It's quite nice and gentle and sing-songy, as it were. So anyway, yes. Here is narrowboat Faraday. Morning. So just a quick postscript. The primary reason I was told was for yesterday's absolutely frantic madness was that the owner wanted, after my boat, to move the boat behind me, Keith and Dot's. But however, as you can see, he changed his mind, and the boat, Keith and Dot's, Dot's boat hasn't moved, and Kylie's just been abandoned at a very jaunty angle on the in the car park. So I could have had probably more 20 minutes to get myself sorted. Anyway, I suppose we are where we are, and we're in the water. Morning. Right, it stopped pelting down for a while, but the breeze is getting up, and it's actually a wind warning this afternoon. So I think I'd like to move the boat from the dock, the loading dock, as it were. I don't think I'm just going around the corner. So anyway, before I do, what I'm going to do is actually get some diesel. Now it's an electric boat, so I don't actually need any diesel, but I'm right next to the pump, and referring back to the ballast thing, I'd like to see just how out of kilter this is with a full diesel tank. And because it's a diesel tank, and I hope to not to be using much diesel, I'm going to put I've just bought some additive in to hopefully stop it getting any diesel bug, because I imagine some of that's going to be sitting there for quite a long time. So I will add this before any filling action. Right, so that's a whole heck of load of diesel going in. And this is Rachel. She was the bearer of great news yesterday.
It gave you heart failure.
Yes. And talking of heart failure, I'm very anxiously checking. Just checking down here to see, well, at the moment only the bottom bits, whereas I don't want to see any diesel dripping out. And I'm not, luckily. Well, that is considerably more diesel than I expected, I have to say. Right, tiller. Box fresh, as they say. Bit of too much paint in my tiller pin. Ah. Right, well, I'll have to deal with that later. I can't get the tiller pin in, so we've got a screw there. How very codged. So, I'm going to hopefully, let's see. So this is the first time that everything works again. So happily, well, not happily at all, but I'm going to have to reverse, which is the most difficult thing with the bloody tiller. Just past where those swans are and then into a bay around there, and the wind is getting up. So yeah, this is going to end up with some. Well, we'll see, shall we? So it's at this point I'm wondering why I'm not going very far, and I conclude that I'm still stuck on the slings. Right, you reckon? Yeah. No. Oh. So I might just reverse all the way in and then reverse back in, shouldn't mind her. No motor at the moment, but yeah, it's an electric boat. Well, I don't mind admitting that I'm having great trouble steering steering where I want to go. In reverse, it's the problem. I mean, you can't really steer in reverse. Shit. And the wind is actually coming. I want to go down there, and the wind is coming this way. So I might just be getting the boat pole out at this rate. Rope quickly. Well, I'm here. I don't know how. There were quite, I mean, that took, I don't know when, I'll have to look at the video how long that took, but I was faffing around for a long time out there, just how to get the bloody thing to turn, but in the end I managed to, you can only turn on the forward, so I had to go forward to reverse, if you see what I mean, and somehow it worked, so thank God I'm here. So I think it sounded like the motor at high revs was a bit noisier than I would have liked, so I probably want to go and check the alignment on that. And yeah, but I'm here now. Not planning to move for a few days, that's for sure. I haven't banged into anything either, which is I'm quite proud of myself. Luck entirely, I have to hasten to add, not skill. Well, my fenders haven't arrived yet, which is another saga which I won't bore you with, albeit to say I ordered them on the 2nd of September and they're not here. Anyway, so I knew I shouldn't throw those foam inserts from all the lithium batteries out. They'd come in useful for something, and they have. So here's my contemporary Shoreditch style fender for now. Well, I've had some lunch and something to drink finally, which has been a busy couple of hours. So yeah, well, this week's video has not turned out at all as expected. In my head, the last shot would have been Kylie arriving on a Friday to come and pick me up and take me to the blacking area. However, as you know, Kylie's already been. So yeah. Anyway, I've had a quick look at what I've got so far, and I think I'm well out of my time slot. So this is probably a good place to wrap this up. So next week, I'll well. So what I've got to do? I mean, I've got to. Well, still got plywood to do, as I mentioned. I need to go and have a look at the. I need to go and have a look at the alignment of the motor just to check that. It sounded a bit squeaky to me, but I'll go and check that. And then in a few days, I'm going to sort of, in some ways, repeat all this again because I'll be coming out of the water to do the blacking. So you've got all that to look forward to. Anyway, in the meantime, thanks for watching and catch you later.